So we're starting with ad-darsul ashir, the 10th exercise. I mean, the 10th lesson, right? Ad-darsul ashir is the 10th lesson. So first we'll just read, okay, a lot of these rules we have went through, and if there's any questions you can ask me, and let's see how we can go through them. So Hamid is saying, Man anta, right? It should be very simple, right? Man anta. Man is who, anta is our pronoun, right? Which is anta with the fatha, so it is asking a male person. Man anta, who are you? You can translate as who are you? Okay, who, and you have you, and you have to put are. Who are you? And Muhammad says, Ana talibun bil jamiati. Ana, here's another pronoun. So we're getting pronouns anta, ana. Ana is I am talibun, a student. I'm a student. Bi bil jamiati. We know what jamia, right? Jamia is university. So we have B and we have alif lam. So the university. So what's B is doing here? So B is kind of hard to translate as it is here because in English we'll probably say I'm a student at the university. Maybe we will say at. We won't say with the university. I mean, you understand. So the concept is that. But in Arabic, you can say bil jamiati or you can sometimes say fil jamiati. But usually you don't say inda. Inda means at. Okay. So bottom line, it means I am a student in the university or at the university. Okay, but you have to use B. I've seen sometimes they use V. Both of them are fine, but B I think is much better. You understand? So you will translate as at the university. Now, here you have two Hamza. What's going on here? You have anta and you have Hamzatul istifham. Hamzatul istifham is that question. Anta talibun jadid? Are you what? How do you translate this? Talibun jadid. It is your adjective, right? Look, indefinite, indefinite, damma, damma, masculine, masculine. Everything is matching. So jadid is an adjective to tabib. Remember, adjective has to follow the noun every which ways. Okay, that's how you understand, that's how you recognize an adjective. Okay, if it doesn't match, then it's not adjective. Now, so it's saying I am a new student. No, it's asking, are you a new student? أأنت طالب جديد? And again, when you ask with Hamza, this is yes no question, so you have to answer by yes or no. So na'am, yes, ana talibun jadid. It's exactly the same phrase. I am a new student. Okay, these are so far so good. I think we have had all of these words before. Pretty simple stuff so far. Then it's asking min aina ant, where are you from? Min aina anta. Why am I not saying auntie? Because auntie is for feminine. There, these two male persons are having conversation, right? Min aina anta. Ana min al Hind. We had all of these things before. I am from India, right? Now, here we're having some idafa construction. Masmuka. Masmuka. Ma is what? And ism, remember, ismun is name. So how do you say your name? You have to add ka. And what happens? Ismuka. Okay, we have to lose the tanween. Ismuka. So this ismuka means your name. So he's saying masmuka, what is your name? You understand? And remember you had the question about the who. So you will say ismuhu, his name. Ismuha, her name. And of course we have here ismi is my name. So all of this situation uh, we had ismuka, ismu, who, ismuha. All of a sudden, why am I saying ismi with kasra? Hmm? Yeah, yes. Ya ul mutakallim. When you have ya, for me, you know, everything changes. You have to put kasra before ya. Ahsanti. Good. So, ismi Muhammad. My name is Muhammad. You understand? No. Okay, so basically, if you understand this kind of idafa, then you're good for this lesson. Okay. Now, so then we have man hadal fata. What is fata? Fata is like young boy. It's not a child. It's not a man. It's like a young man. I can say young man. Okay, you understand? Man hadal fata. Who is this young man? Alladhi. I mean, I don't know what else word I can use. I just don't like saying young man all the time. Man hadal fata alladhi ma'ak. Have we done alladhi? Did we do the alladhi before? No. Alladhi is another type of pronoun. Alladhi is relative pronoun, right? Is relative pronoun. Okay, so relative pronouns, remember the pronoun does what? Uh, pronoun is replaces a noun. When you say huwa, you say Muhammad, blah, blah, blah. Then you say huwa, then you're talking about Muhammad. So this is one type of pronoun, your subject pronoun. Then you have hada, kitab. So this is also a pronoun because you're pointing at something. You're not saying the name, you're pointing. This is one kind of pronoun. You're replacing the noun, right? Just by pointing at something. This is one way of replacing the noun, demonstrative pronoun, right? In Arabic, it's called ismu ishara, but the concept is same. And then we have relative pronoun. So relative pronoun is something that is referred to something that you mentioned just before. For example, you say, I ate the bread which was on the table. See, which, this which is referring to the bread. Okay, just let me write the English so you understand what's going on. I ate the bread which was on the subhanallah table. This which, sometimes you can say that. I ate the bread that was on the table. This one is doing what? It's referring to what? It's referring to the bread. This is your called relative pronoun. Okay. So that's what we have. That's what's going on. So just like we have relative pronoun, for example, for we have hada and hadihi, we have relative pronoun for masculine and feminine as well. The one that we have right now, alladhi, okay, this is for masculine singular. Inshallah, we'll see other ones later. So this alladhi is just simply referring to the noun that is before it. So which one? Al-fata. So remember, it can be which, that, who, whom, it can be all of that. Depends on the what? Context. If you're talking about things, then you might say which or that. If you're talking about human being, you might want to say who or whom, the translation is up to you, but that's the concept. So now let's see what's going on. It says, Man hadha al-fata, who is this young man? You have a complete sentence here. Okay, this is a complete sentence. Who is this young man? But now you're defining a little bit more. Alladhi ma'ak, who is with you. Remember the ma'ak? Ma is what? We talked about this last time. Ma can be a lot of things, right? It could be with. And what type of with? Is a physical with, like you have it with you. Okay? It's almost like enda. Okay, remember I went through a little bit explanation what's the difference between li, enda, and ma. Okay. Yes, right now, exactly. So ma is with, and what this kaf is doing? What is this kaf is doing? It's It's saying with you. Yes. Now, so now let's see what this whole sentence is saying. وَمَنْ هَذَا الْفَتَى, and who is this young man الَّذِي who معك, with you. If you just translate word for word, remember what I said first. First, just try to translate word for word. Who is this young man who who is with you? You know, basically, there's a boy next to him, and he just wants to know who is this man who is with you. Now, and now Muhammad is saying, "Huwa zamili." Okay, he is my. What is zamil? Zamilun. Hmm? We had. Did we have this one before? No, zamil is not cousin. It's kind of like a sadiq, sadiq, which is friend. So this would be friend. This would be classmate. You know, special type of friend, classmate, your co-workers. You know, like something like that. Your peer. You understand? So zamil is classmate. It's a good word. You should comes often. You should memorize it. Wa. Now we have ya. So now it is my classmate. He is my classmate. Now, then we have ahua. If you have hamza, you have a complete sentence without the hamza. So whenever you have a hamza, the question hamza, then you have to know that is a complete statement. Exactly. And then you're making that statement into yes, no question. So what is the statement? Huwa aidan min al Hind. How do you translate huwa aidan? Huwa is he, aidan, remember? Do you know what aidan is? Aidan is very good word. You have to know this. Also, aidan is also. Yes, also. He is also from India. Okay, now you have a statement. He is also from India. But when you add this hamza, now you're asking that. Is he also from India? Something that was a statement, now it becomes a question. Okay, in English, we have to change the structure of the sentence, but in Arabic, we don't have to change anything. We don't have to touch this sentence at all. We just bring hamza. Now, so then again, remember, you have to ask yes or no question. So now here's saying la. La means no. Huwa minal Yaban. He is from Yaban. What is Yaban? We had this country before. Japan. Naam. Jayyid. Okay, now it's saying masmuhu. Masmuhu. Can you translate this one? Masmuhu. What is his name? Excellent. Yes, Masmuhu. What is his name? Ismuhu. His name is Hamza. His name is Hamza. Few questions. Few question here. This word. Number one, the word has tamarbuta. What did we say about tamarbuta? When something has a tamarbuta, what does it indicate? Female. Yes. When you have a tamarbuta, it indicates female. And remember what I said, it is 99.999%. Well, 99% of the time, right? So we have a tamarbuta here. Do you think this word is female? No, exactly. Hamza is a name of a a male person, right? Yes. So here you see your exception. You have a ta marbuta, but this is not a female word. Hamza is masculine because it is name of a male person. Second question. Um, when you say ismi, here you will see ismi Muhammadun. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, so I was gonna ask you. You're asking me, so it looks like you asked me first. So maybe I have to answer it now. So Muhammadun, we had a Muhammadun. So why are you saying Hamza 2 here? Right? That's the question. Yes, it is the same rule. Although it is a feminine, it is a masculine word, but you have ta marbuta at the end, it still will follow that same rule as Amina, 2. Okay, Aisha, 2. Okay, it is one of those words that cannot take uh, tanween, just like what also Makkah, 2. Make sense? You basically have a ta marbuta in a proper name. Whenever you have a ta marbuta in a proper name, it will be your mamnu' min as-sarf, is a special word, cannot take tanween. Make sense? Well, these things, something, honestly, this is something that you cannot study one day and master everything. It's something that you have to kind of like get used to this concept. That's why the book gives you slowly by slowly by slowly. And that's why the book didn't even give you Hamza in the beginning to confuse you even more. Yeah, it is a male name for sure, but you still have a tamarbuta, so that's how they see it. Okay, there's like 12 different category of words that takes tamar, this kind of situation. I think more than 12. One of them is, you know, the feminine names, any feminine proper names, right? Another one is the foreign name we have seen, and remember another one we saw is what? Words, a name or adjective ending with ani, kaslani. Sorry, kaslanu, not ani. Kaslanu. You cannot say kaslanun. Kaslanu is what? Lazy. غضبان, غضبان. Okay, you cannot say غضبان, which is angry. These are one of those things. Yes, it is name of male, but what's happening is that it is still has that feminine tamarbuta that they will just, right now, if I give you other 10 rules, your mind will, be a little bit more trouble. So just know that, for look at from the tamarbuta perspective. Tamarbuta in a proper name. Maybe that will be easier, right? Tamarbuta in a proper name. But remember, even if you have a proper name that doesn't have tamarbuta, Zainab, it still will be Dhamma because it is proper name of female. So remember, I said there's a lot of rules, like at least 12 or more of them. So just if you understand few of them for now, that any female proper name, whether it has a tamarbuta or not, it's one of those word. Okay. Second thing is any word that has what? That has a tamarbuta, which is a proper name. For example, Makkah. Makkah is also same thing. It's not a female name. It has tamarbuta, and it is a proper name. You have to understand the key is the proper name. Here we have tamarbuta, but we can put tanwin, saghiratun, because why? It is not a proper name. So the key word is it has to be a proper name, somebody's name or some place name, and has a tamarbuta. And this is the situation. Okay, it's a proper name, and we have a tamarbuta. Make sense? So don't dwell too much on this thing. And right now, when situation comes, I'll let you know, inshallah, and the book will, make sure you understand as we go on. I believe the last chapter of this book is all dedicated to this topic. And you have to identify these words because you will see in the later chapter, there are other rules that you have to be aware of when these kind of words comes about. Now, so now it says Hamid, ma lugatuka. What is lugatuka? Can you find two different words here? You have to be able to find two different words, right? You have lugatun. Yes, good. Your language, excellent. So you have lugatun, and you have ka. So language and your. Okay. Don't underestimate this kaf. Don't think this is nothing. This is still a separate word. In English, we have a separate word, your. In Arabic, this kaf is also a separate word. Okay. It's not some kind of simple, no, it is a proper word. It just happens to be connected. That's the only difference. The kaf in Arabic will say it's a word. This is a word, this is a word. They are not saying this whole thing because it looks like one word, okay? Because it looks like one word, Arabic language is not saying that this is one word. Okay, so it's something that you have to really understand, that we still have a two different words. Eggs, a whole meaning and a whole word, yes. So that means we have one noun and we have one pronoun, two different words. Okay, so it's something in the beginning, a lot of students, it's very difficult to see as a two words because it's connected. But once you understand, we still have a two different words. Doesn't matter, connected or not, because the kaf means your, it's separate word. Now, so ma lugatuka ya Muhammad. Now I have a question. I have a feelings we talked about this one. What goes here before I translate? Ya Muhammad. What goes here? I think we talked about this. I'm not sure. Did we talk about this? This thing must have come before. Otherwise, the book wouldn't omit the harakat. Yes, the translation is good. I want to know what goes here. Your translation is good. What is your language, oh Muhammad? Very nice. But I need to know the grammar. What do I put here? Okay, you put da. You're saying fatha. Any other opinion? Anybody else? I'm not saying she's right or wrong, so you can guess. Now, yes. So, okay, maybe I don't remember if we had done these kind of things. So yeah, you got the yeah. It's like oh, you call someone. This is harful nida in Arabic language is called calling someone or getting someone's attention. So then whenever you have yeah, and after that you have a proper name, you have just one word name or anything, it will be, for example, we have a Muhammadun, right? The word is Muhammadun. When you have ya and then you want to call him, you cannot say dun anymore. You have to say du. Ya Muhammadu. So the rule is that after ya, you cannot have tanween. That's the very simple rule. And I'm just talking a basic perspective. There, if you study a little bit advanced grammar, that's a whole different thing. The ya has a lot of rules, guys. But in the very basic right now for this book and even maybe next book, only thing you have to understand that after ya you get one dhamma. It's always going to be dhamma. Never ever, uh, well, in just one situation when you have a one word, it's going to be dhamma. I don't want to explain a little bit more than that, but right now, just only thing you can keep in mind that it's going to be one dhamma, and that's all. For example, you say Hamidun, Hamidun, right? Hamid, his name. You want to call him, you're going to say Ya Hamidu. You're not going to say Ya Hamidun. Or there's a boy on the street, running around. You want to call him and say stop running, right? You're going to say Ya Wala Du. You're not going to say Ya Wala Dun. You'll say Ya Wala Du. All right. So just keep that part in mind. You don't have to master it. Inshallah, when next time it comes, I'll mention it. Okay. J. Okay. Let's continue. So lugati, right? Last time in the last one you told me lugatuka was your language. So lugati, I'm thinking will be my language, right? Lugati al-Urdiya. Yes, al-Urdiya is Urdu. Urdu, the language spoken in the Pakistan, right? Lugati al-Urdiya. My language is Urdu, right? Now, ahiya lugatun sahlatun. Ahiya. So you see it's a question. Again, without you have a statement. Hiya lugatun sahlatun. What is sahla? Sahla. Maybe it's a new word. Otherwise, I don't know why they're putting all the harakat. Sahla is easy. I think we had this word for Arabic language as well. So it says here lugatun sahlatun. It is easy language, but when you bring hamzatul istifham, the question Hamza, you're now questioning or asking, is is it here right now? You are not going to translate as a she, you'll translate as it. And why is it with here, not huwa? Because why? Who can tell me? Because remember, if you want to say it, you can say huwa or you can say here. So why didn't I pick huwa, which is the default? Lugatu, yes. So lugatun, which is we have tamarbuta. Yes, excellent. Because the language is referring to luga, language, which is a feminine word. Now, say it. So is it uh, an easy language? So it's just simply asking, saying nam, yes. Here, lugatun sahlatun. It is an easy language. So remember, this is your adjective. Look, um, if if I want to say kitabun, it's a book, right? And I want to say this is an easy book. How do I say easy book? I say kitabun sahlun. Okay, you don't know my thing like this. Kitabun sahlun. Why? This is masculine, this is masculine. Okay, everything else, of course, is matching. So the word is sahal. If you're looking for dictionary, what is sahlatun means, you will not find sahlatun. The word is sahlun, easy. Okay. So why are you adding tamarbuta? Because it's adjective, you have to match the gender. Okay, so you have to match gender. And that's how we know it is adjective. If it was sahlun here, then it is not adjective. It's probably saying something else. No. Okay, yes, it is an easy language. Then Hamid is saying, wa hamza ma lugatuhu. Okay, wa hamza ma lugatuhu. This is very interesting way that Arab speaks. Okay, the language is structured. In English, we probably would say, what is Hamza's language? In Arabic, we can say it like that also. Okay, but I'm not sure in English we will typically say, and Hamza, what is his language? Maybe we can't, maybe both ways is fine, but that's the way of structure here. We're saying wa Hamza, and Hamza, what is his language? Yes. So first he's using the name and then he's referring this uh, this pronoun to go back to him. We could have said, what is Hamza's language? Now, if we want to say what is Hamza's language, how would you say that? We kind of know how to say that in Arabic as well. Anybody can guess? Ma, what? How would you say, instead of saying, and Hamza, what is his language? You want to say, what is Hamza's language? It's idafa. We should be able to construct this, right? We basically want to say language of Hamza. So, what is the language of Hamza? Ma lugatu Hamza. Yes, excellent. Excellent. Very good. That's good. And it would mean exactly the same thing. It's just different style. This style is also used. It's very nice style. You refer to him, you get his attention, the person you want to be talking about, and then you say, what is his language? This is very nice. You should, but I will tell you one thing, one of the reason why the book will never put this name in idafa, it's because of, remember, Hamza is what? Hamza 2. You cannot say Hamzatun. That means this is one of the special word. And when you have one of the special word, it's a little bit difficult when you cannot put kasra. So that's why they are not showing you. Anyway, so I'm just letting you know. But if it was any other name, Muhammad, lugatu, you can say ma lugatu Muhammadin. Okay? Now this is fine. I'm just letting you know. Not din. Okay? Din. Because Muhammadun, Muhammadin, Muhammadan. Now, okay, so we have then the Muhammad is saying, Lugatuhu, his language, al-Yabaniya. What is al-Yabaniya? Remember, it's the same word. We had Yaban. It's the same word. Al-Yaban was Japan, and Al-Yabaniya would be what? Japanese. Japanese, like that. Subhanallah. Maybe there's two S. I have no idea. Something like that. So it is the difference between Al-Yaban and Al-Yabaniya. It's from Japan, is a country, and Japanese. Okay, you understand? So his language is Japanese. Wahia, and it is talking about the language, Lugatun, because this one has Alif Lam, that's why. Okay, it's some country's name has Alif Lam already. That's why it has, for example, Al Hind. Okay, you're not going to say, because you have a preposition here. If you didn't have a preposition, for example, it's a proper name, but at the same time it also has Alif Lam. You have to Al Hindu, and you mean it was Al Hindi. Okay, you understand? Because you still have Alif Lam, so Alif Lam rule is still strong. Now, so when you have Alif Lam, you have to use tu. You cannot say tun. Good question though. Wahia lugatun, and it is language. What type of language? Sa'batun. What is sa'ba? It is aksu. Please again, which one? The explanation of why is two, or what I'm doing next? Yeah. So lugatun. It is lugatun. It is what type? And my question was sa'aba. What is sa'batun? Sa'batun is opposite. Aks in Arabic, you can say aks or did. Aks is opposite. Anyway, you don't have to know this word. Opposite of what? Sahla. So if it's opposite of sahla, so what is sa'abatun means? Hmm? So now you have to hard. Yes, you have to learn the Arabic using Arabic, right? So it is hard, and it is hard language, and it is also your what? Your adjective. Noun. It is your adjective. Everything is matching. All right. So far so good. Now, then we have Hamid is saying, Aina abuka. I don't know why the book is telling you about Abu, because something's fishy about this word. I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna go too much in detail, but I'll just mention something. Aina abuka ya Muhammad. Now, remember I told you it will come. Some of these things you don't have to study. You know, there are other things for you to study, but some of the things it's gonna come so often. Inshallah, I'll mention a lot of times. It's one of these things you should just learn it from the class. Ya Muhammad. I just explained to you what happens when you have ya here, ya Muhammad. Right? It's the same situation. So are you going to say ya Muhammadun or Muhammadan or Muhammadin? What would you say? Ya Muhammad? Huh? Ya Muhammadu. Okay? You have ya, you say ya Muhammadu. Ya Khalidu. Ya Waladu. Ya Rajulu. All of them, one Dhamma, no Tanween. Now, طيب, but here something's interesting. So let's translate, if we can translate this one. Aina, Aina is what? Where, right? Abuka. So this part we already know, O Muhammad. So where is what? What is Abuka means? Who knows what Abuka means? This word. Your father. Are you sure? We have Abun is father, right? So we want to say your, which is kaf. So it should be Abuka. But it doesn't say Abuka. It says Abuka. Huh? What in the world is going on? Isn't it? The Ab is father. This is not Ab. This is not Ab or something like that. The Ab is Abun without the Waw. So when you add your, it should be Abuka. Okay, yes. So this is very special word. In Arabic language, you guys are complaining our rules, subhanallah, rules. Remember I told you, I mentioned in some other class, even if you study like 10, 20 years, you will still find some rules in Arabic language. So in Arabic language, this is something is the book is not explaining. I'll just quickly mention, not too much, just quickly mention. There are 5 words, only 5 words. Some say 6, but there is only 5 words. Six. This word is actually not used too much anyway. Only 5 words in entire Arabic language. There's probably like gazillions of words, but only 5 words. That is called al asma al asmaul khamsa. There are only 5 words that has very special ruling, and 2 of them you guys already know. One of them is ab. Who knows another one? Akh. There's other 3 who I'm not gonna mention, but out of entire Arabic language, yes, akhun. Out of all the words, there's only 5 words. They're a little bit different. That's why they call it asmaul khamsa, the 5 words. This, they have a very special name for them. The 5 words. Scary. Ooh. Well, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so inshallah we'll study them properly later, right? So it's not big deal, it's only 5 words. So but what happens in 5 words, when you put in idafa, okay, when you put in idafa, there's extra letter shows up. Because remember guys, noun is another fundamental you have to know. This is something that I'm giving extra information. Nouns plus verbs must have at least how many words, how many letters? At least 3 letters. Noun and verbs cannot be less than 3 letters ever. Okay, so now you're probably scratching your head. What's going on? I see I see I see ab all over the place. I can explain to you very easily. Actually, because of your shadda, you have 2 mim anyway. Ummun. Okay, it's just the shadda. Whenever you have the same letters side by side, and the first one has sukun, you just combine them and put it in the shadda. That is easy. But what about there's no shadda. Akhun, abun, there's no shadda. So where's another letter? And that's why we have this situation. There is another letter which is removed for whatever reason. Okay, that every noun and verbs must have at least 3 words. So what am I saying? 3 letters, right? So now, and when you have this ab, where we had ab, when you put this ab in idafa, only when you put on idafa, only when you put on idafa, this wow that we lost, it comes back. Some situation, especially on idafa, the only thing you have to know, in idafa, this wow will show up. Okay, sometimes it could be wow, sometimes it could be yeah, sometimes it could be alif. Inshallah, don't worry too much about this thing. But if you're wondering, if you're trying to say your father, imagine I ask you to write your father, and if you didn't know, you'll be writing like this, right? Abuka, and I won't blame you. You're right. It should have been like this. Then it's probably wondering why we have wow here. I'm just mentioning so that you don't get confused. We're not studying this 5 nouns right now, but it's one of those special nouns. When you have an idafa and you have a dhamma, this wow will show up. Jayyid. Okay, so yeah, your translation was good. Now, oh yeah. Okay, the next one we have Muhammad saying Abi. Okay, Abi is, what is Abi? Abi is father, my father. Okay, fi where? Kuwait. What is Kuwait? Wow, it sounds complicated. What is Kuwait? Guys, it's Kuwait. Kuwait is Kuwait. It's a country, right? Yes, it's a country. So my father is in Kuwait. Huwa tabibun. Tabib. We haven't seen this word in a while. Tabib. What is tabib? Doctor. Yes. Tabib is doctor. Looks like, yeah, looks like you have, just by looking at it, looks like you have an adjective here. Why? Why do I think something so strange? Because I see a lot of similarities, right? Everything's matching. So that means this is an adjective. So what is the meaning of shahir? Shahir is famous. Famous. My famous, infamous misspelling words. Subhanallah. Okay, so he is a famous doctor. Where is the famous doctor? He is famous doctor in Kuwait. Now, wa aina ummuka? And where is your mother? Okay, again, is mother, ka. You see, we're getting a lot of this kind of idafa. Inshallah, more we do this, there's a lot of exercise, guys. If we do them, trust me, inshallah, these things will be very easy. Where is your mother? Here, aidan. Now you see how many times aidan is coming. What is aidan? Remember, aidan is also. Yes, good. You know, you're getting it. Before you told me that you didn't know what aidan meant. Jayyid. See, it's helping. She is also fil Kuwait. She is also in the Kuwait, right? Ma, ma with, okay, preposition. Abi with my father. Okay. So remember in the beginning, you just translate word by word. Here, she, Aidan, also, fi, in, Kuwait, Kuwait, ma, with, Abi, my father. Then glue them together and fix your English grammar. I'll leave those things for you. Jayyid. Here, mudarrisa tun. She is what? What is mudarrisa tun means? She is what? Teacher. Just a teacher, no headmistress, just a teacher. She is a teacher. And interestingly, if you don't put any of these things, and you read it differently, because the same word can be read differently. It can read as madrasatun. So if you say she is madrasa, hiya madrasatun hunak, then you're saying your mom is a school. She's the school. Well, subhanallah, moms know so much, right? They have so many information. They're kind of like school now. But you have to be careful, because sometimes they will not use those harakat, so you have to know from the context. Okay. Now, she is a female teacher, of course. Hunak. You have to tell me what hunak means. You have to know both of them, guys. These two words, you have to know them in a pair. Huna and hunak. Okay, huna and hunak. Yes. Which one here? Which one here? First, tell me what is hunak means. This one is easy. No. This one is very easy to know. Huna, one that has extra kaf, is there. So it has extra, so it should be far away. Okay, so huna is here. Hunak is there. Okay, so learn like that. The one doesn't have kaf, it's the closest one here. And hunak is there. Yes, you have to know these two words. It's gonna come in very good words. This is like here and there. Sometimes you can just say one word to complete a sentence. Where is your mom? Huna, she's here. Where is your dad? Hunak, there. Finish. You're speaking Arabic now. Now we have Hamid is saying, oh, we have our verb back. Oh, guys, subhanallah. Guys. I do want to mention what's going on here. So first, let's get rid of the Hamza. You guys have to catch this Hamza. Okay, these are very sneaky. So, but right now you have to be very comfortable with Hamza, because if you're not comfortable with Hamza, it's something that you have never seen before. You are probably thinking, is it a one word? Okay, so you have to be a little bit careful with this Hamza. So this is your Hamza, question Hamza. Now you're left with this word here, and I'm going to explain a little bit something. Cannot explain too much. This word will be dealt with in the next book with left, right, up, down, any way you want, right? But right now we have to mention something. The word that wrote here is the but yeah, the dhahabta. Okay, dhahabta. because you can say this one in many different ways. Now, but remember the word that we have seen all this time in this book is dhahaba. What is dhahaba meant? What does it mean? Anybody know? He went. Yes. No, went out. Went out is kharaja. Kharaja. Kharaja is went out. No, guys. Yes. Dhahaba is went. I would translate as. Hold on a second. What's going on? Yes. I will translate as left. Left probably is another word. Just went. You know, went. Okay. Went. That's the word. That's the verb. So went is in past tense, right? But in, yeah, I'm just thinking if there's any difference, because then because we have taraka. Taraka is to leave something. You know, it depends on the context, right? So that's why I don't want you to get a little bit if you say I left something, so if you left yourself, you know, it's I have a feeling that's a little bit different. I don't know which one it is, but I think for the purpose, went, it's completely clear. Okay, go and went. The verb is to go. So what is the past tense of go? Went. Leave is something else, taraka. So it depends how you're using. If you're saying I left myself, maybe, you know, so I'm just I just want to make sure that the idea is, you know, clear. Because for example, went out, it's similar, but it has a different meaning. You went out from something, which is actually opposite of these two words. Now, so dhahaba is to go, and we have a past tense. So past tense of go is went, right? Now remember what we mentioned. This is the whole thing that I have to explain to you at least for 5-10 minutes, that the verb is a little bit unique in Arabic language. Well, I'm pretty sure there's other language has the same concept, but what I'm saying different from English language. Because when you say went in English, do you know who went? Whether it was one person, two people, three people? Do you know if it was a female or masculine? Do you know anything? You have no idea. You have to say something. He went or she went. That's when it's clear. The word itself is not telling you anything. But in Arabic language, the verb has the pronoun inside. It's built in, right? It's one of those built in. So when we say dhahaba, we actually are saying he went. You understand? So dhahaba is he went. So now what we have here is dhahabta. So I'm just going to quickly show you something. It's something that, let me see how many form we have here so that I don't explain too much. Okay, it's more than one, so I'm going to explain anyway. It's more than one. So you have, so few things you can do here. You can, in order to say, because right now it says he, but you want to say I did it, I went, or you went, or something else, then many different ways, you know, there are a lot of different pronouns, but in this lessons, we only have few of them. For example, you want to say, I went or you went, okay? Only thing you have to do is add ta. Now ta can, it could be ta with fatha, it could be ta with kasra, it could be ta with dhamma, or it can be ta with sukun. Okay, so that's very interesting. If you understand this much, subhanallah, you are really ahead. I know some of you already know these things, but you know, from this book's perspective, if you understand this much right now, you'll be good for pretty much the entire book. Maybe in the later chapter they will show you, because these are all singular, right? She is singular, one person, because the book hasn't introduced plural or dual yet. It's everything we're doing so far is singular, one entity. I is one, you is one, she is one, he is one, right? These are all singular. Now, so dhahaba was he went. If you add ta with sukun and say it like this, dhahab, dhahabat, dhahabat, then it means she went. Guys, something you can write it down, stare at it, and try to memorize. It's not gonna happen in one day, but inshallah, over the week, if you just look at it, it's very simple. Especially the ta is one of the most simple and coolest thing in Arabic verb. It's the most coolest thing because look, we have every single permutations, every single harakat and absence of harakat. Okay, ta with sukun is she. Dhahab, because we have a, so you have to say a little bit differently here. Dhahabta, okay, dhahabta, it means what? You. Dhahabti, it's also you. Whoa, what's the difference? This you is for feminine and this you for masculine. Just like, remember, ka, huh? Ka is for masculine and ki is for feminine. So we have our kasra in the same order. And dhahabtu is what? I. Guys, you know, if you understand this one, you're in very good shape. And you can do this with every single verb, not only dhahaba. Remember the kharaja? Kharajat. Kharajat. She went out. Kharaj ta. Ta. You went out. Kharaj ti. Ti. She, you went out, which is feminine. Kharaj tu. I went out. So with all the verbs, you can do this. Okay. So inshallah, this is not that, in the next, but something that we have to know because the book is introducing some of these things right now. So we have to know. Okay. So this is your very basic verb conjugation. And this ta, I'm telling you, this ta is very easy and very cool. It's simply you just have to know which one is what. Ta with fatha is you for masculine. Ta with kasra is you for feminine. And tu is for me, like I. And with the sukun is feminine. However you want to do it, inshallah, something I don't know if you're writing it down or something, you can look through, but the book only I'm seeing it only showed you a few of them. So let's see which one book has here. It has what? It has your dhahab ta with fatha. So what is ta with fatha? Ta with fatha is you masculine. You understand? No, ta with fatha is you masculine. Yes. So now you're saying dhahabta. So it's talking to you, which is a masculine person. Did you go? See, now you'll translate as did. Well, it is like you went, you masculine went. But why am I saying did is because of Hamza. Remember, that's why when Sister Sultana said Hamza means is, and I kind of hesitated because it could be is, it could be does, it could be did, it can be anything. Because however you make that statement into a question, it depends on you. What is the statement? Guys, the statement is this one. Just like look at this one. Dhahabta ilal Kuwait. Dhahabta ilal Kuwait. You went to Kuwait. That's your statement. Why am I saying you went? Because dhahaba is all this time was he went. I'm saying you went because we have ta with fatha. Dhahabta, you went to Kuwait. Now we have question mark, Hamza. Now, how do you question in English? That is up to you. In Arabic, we just simply put that Hamza front of it and our life is good. But in English, now you have to say it, did you have to change the verb from the went to, go, did you go? You understand? So in English, the translation will be a little bit different. I'll just write it down just in case. It will be, did you go to Kuwait? It's the same thing, right? It's just that in English, you have to rearrange the words. Any words, define what any words mean, because here's the question is coming about yes or no question. So yes or no question, you have two options, Hamza or Hal. You can say Hal also. Hal dhahabta ila Kuwait? But now, if you want to know other question, like when did you go? Yes, you can use mata. You can ask other questions. Mata dhahabta ila Kuwait? When did you go to Kuwait, right? But I don't think we've done those things here. But here it's just asking simple yes, no question. Did you go to Kuwait? Okay. So in English, we have to kind of like, we have to bring the did and we have to change the verb into present tense. This is your job. You figure out. But the question is, the point here it is that it's asking that question. There's no difference, guys. Hal and Hamza, you will not see difference until you study like maybe 10 years, 5 years, because the difference is very, very short. In book 3, they mention in one place only where you find a difference, which is something I'm not going to even mention. It is like Hamza and Hal, you can just think of, there's no difference. And it's like you can interchange them without any problem, whichever you like. You're questioning too many things with Hal, you got bored, start bringing Hamza. You're using Hamza too much, you got bored, start using Hal. No difference. Okay. Now, so in this case, it's no difference at all, by the way. But the difference that comes in many is very a small situation where you cannot use one without the other. So that's something else. Now, so it is saying, did you go? Now, only thing is, no, we know how to say you went. Dhahabta. How do I say I went? Dhahabtu. Okay. Yes. Dhahabtu. Yes. The next one. Good. Naam, dhahabtu. Yes, so you got it. So this two is saying I went. You see, now if I say, guys, that's why sometimes you will love the Arabic language. Some of the, it's very cool. Kharaj to. What is kharaj to means? Hmm? Because last time we learned kharaj is he went out. Yes. Kharaj. Yes. Here left would be better actually. I like the word left here. Yes, see, that's why I was a little bit hesitant on using left with the went, because it kind of sounded like a little bit opposite. Went out and left is pretty much the same thing. Here I can think of both of them are same meaning. Now, so if we learn kharaja means he left. He left. Yeah, left. But here kharajtu is I left. See, now you know how to say she left. Kharaj, kharajat. Sorry, not kharajat. Okay, the book is I think only showing you as far as I know this two only, right? Book is only showing you how to say you and I. But guys, if you master this is so easy, guys, so easy. This will be extremely helpful, and it's really, really cool, and it's not hard. If it was hard with other conjugation, it gets a little bit complicated, I would have left it. But I'm like, hey, you're learning the ta anyway, so might as well learn all the other permutations. Now, so let's say I have to quickly finish this much at least, and then now. So yes, dhahabtu, I went. Now Hamid is saying wa zamiluka. Again, the same style. Wa zamiluka. What is wa zamiluka means? And your classmate. Aina abuhu. Again, abuhu. That it should have been like this. It should have been like what? Abuhu. But because it's one of the 5 nouns, we have to bring wow. Abuhu. And where is his father? Aina is where? Where is his father? Abuhu fil Yaban. His father is in Japan. Okay, these are all easy. That's why I'm quickly translating. Huwa tajirun kabirun. He's a big merchant. Old words. Alaka. Now this one I explained in the last class, so I don't have too much time to explain here. But again, you have to separate the Hamza first, because that's just a question. We'll deal with the question later. What is laka? We say laka alhamd. What is laka? We talked about this one. What is this? What's going on here? These two letters, yes, is 2 different words. Okay, li is for and for you. Okay, so it is alaka. Here for means to have. Remember I mentioned this li has a many different translation. It translates into different meaning based on the context. And I also mentioned in the last class, when you add this li harful jar li with any pronouns, this one becomes fatha. So instead of saying lika, you have to say laka. These are the things I explained in the last class. Again, guys, so you say la ka, la ki, la hu, la ha, right? you have, you as a female have, and then he has, she has, right? Alaka akhun. Now you have to translate. You understand? So it's basically asking whether or not he has a brother. So now I have a question, quick question, because these are the things I explained last time. Inda, inda also means has. When I say indaka, you have. Indaka means you have. So can I say indaka akhun? Huh? No, but it's the same meanings. You have. Do you have a brother? Why not? What's the reason? Temp object. Okay, both. Yes. So it's yes. So basically, the bottom line, we cannot, for the simplest way to know that we cannot refer of having brother, sister, any of relation using other than la. Family use, family, friends, yes. Even for friends, you're not going to say indi sadiq. You'll say li. Okay, you'll say I have a friend with the li. Okay, these are not big huge problem, but proper grammar is that's how it's used. But now you want to say I have a car. Can you say li sayyara? Li sayyaratun? No. At this time you have to use anda. Okay, good. So you guys getting it. Alhamdulillah, that's good. This was a little bit tricky and not trivial, but alhamdulillah, you guys are getting it. That's good. What did I translate before? I have no idea. But here is laka. Do you have a brother? Ya Muhammad. Again, Muhammadu. Okay, now he's saying Nam, li, I have a brother. I have a brother, but he's saying wahidun. When I say I have a brother, if I say just li, ahun, it's exactly same meaning. I have a brother. I don't have to say I have, but the wahid is coming as a little bit more emphasis. So you're saying I have one brother. Okay, it's different ways of saying it. If you say I have a brother, then you don't need wahid. And if you want to say I have one brother, not only you're saying one, you're also emphasizing. Okay, because that's redundant. There's no point of saying one because akhun, it already means one. But here is anytime you add something that is redundant, it is emphasis. That's the basic rule in Arabic language. Because Arabic language is one of the most concise language. If they find a way to remove anything, they will remove it. Any extra, they just don't like anything extra. But if that extra exists, it is for emphasis. So he's probably, for some reason, he's saying he has only one. It's kind of in English, it would be like, I only have one brother. So he's trying to show that emphasis that he only has one brother. Ismuhu, his name is Usama. Same story. Okay, you have a proper name with ta marbuta, no tanwin. Okay, his name is Osama. He is with me, Huna. See, my has to be something with you. Huna is here. Hunak, we had the Hunak was there. Fil Madina. So right now here's my, it's showing the closeness, but also is here it's also defining what is the my, like what is the radius or what do I mean by my? Because if you say my huna, it means he's with me here. So if they're in the school, in context, it would mean that he's in the school. Okay, but now he's broadening up his radius here. He's saying he's with me in the city. Madina here means city. I'm not sure if the Medina here means the Makkah Medina or not, because when you say Medina, it means, it could be, both ways is fine. I don't know the context, what they're talking about, but it could be the city, any city, the city, not any city. Al-Madina, it would be the city, or it can be Medina in the Saudi Arab, that Medina, Makkah Medina. Now, 2 more lines, inshallah we can do this. Oh, it does say Madinatul Munawwara. So, see, my confusion is cleared up. Alhamdulillah. They put Madinah till Manawwara. Okay, now it's clear that we're talking about which one? The city of the Prophet. Okay, Manawwara is like illuminated, something like that. Okay, this is, some people say it's not a good name to, anyway, that's a different issue. But the point is, these two are adjective. Okay, Manawwara is adjective to the Medina. Why? Because this one has a kasra, this one has a kasra. This one has tam marbuta, this one has a tam marbuta. This one has alif lam, this one has alif lam. Subhanallah, everything is matching. So this is an adjective. So illuminated city, which is, the name for Medina. Now, wali, and I have ukhtun wahidatun. See, wahidun, ukhtun wahidatun. Even in number, you have to add tamarbuta because you're using as an adjective. You're saying one sister. You're not saying sister one sister. You're saying one sister. So the one sister is, even in English, it's an adjective. You're describing the sister. Okay, one brother, one sister. So you have to match the rule. Same thing applies. Okay, everything has to match. Now, going a little bit fast here, guys, but I'll give you homework, and then if you have any questions, inshallah, next class we can deal with them. Ismuha. We're seeing the har now. Ismuha, her name. Here it was ismuhu on the, okay, ismuha, because she's talking about sister. Zainab, again, remember Zainabu. Why not Zainabun? See, all these rules coming, guys. So that's why you also have to read by yourself. You have to ask, why am I not seeing a dhamma here, tanwin here? Okay, so that's when you'll, yes, it's a proper name of what? Just proper name is not good. Muhammad is also proper name of female proper name. Yes, very good. Wahia, and she is fil Iraq. She is in Iraq, right? The country. Ma'a, with zawziha. Zawj is husband. Zawj, sorry, what am I writing here? Uh, Zawjun is husband, and zawjatun is wife. Believe it or not, this distinction is only in the modern time. In classical Arabic, in the Quran, in the Hadith, they will just use zawj. So even if you say that for the masculine and feminine, both of them, they will say zawj. Why? They will use it as a spouse. And when you say spouse, you don't have to, there's no masculine and feminine. You use the same word for, masculine and feminine. So zawj you used to translate as a spouse. So you didn't need the tamarbuta. So right now, they kind of distinguish between them. Okay, so when you say zawj, zawziha, that means it's husband. If it was zaw with the tamarbuta, it would be wife. Okay, anyway. So zawjuha muhandisun. Her husband is muhandis. You should know what muhandis is, engineer. Now, subhanallah, 2 more lines. Indaka, do you have, inda is, indaka, do you have sayyaratun ya akhi? Do you have a car? Oh, my brother. Remember, you have ya, and you have with the ya here, akhi, so my brother. I'm going a little bit fast, but these are all easy words, guys. It's not that complicated. So I'm just trying to finish the chapter. La, no, ma indi. Okay, so we're saying many interesting way of saying it. La ma indi. Here's la means no, and here's ma comes as a don't. I don't have a car. Inshallah, next time I'm gonna come back into this sentence and explain something. So it's basically saying I don't have a car, whatever, right? Indi daraja. So this poor fella, he doesn't have a car, he has a bike. Okay. Hamza, indahu. Hamza, he has a car. Okay. Hamza, indahu. This who goes back to Hamza. Hamza, he has a car. Jayyid, guys. Inshallah, if I still want you to read through them by yourself, because when you read, you don't have all this explanation. So you will try to think. When you get stuck, you can watch the video again, and inshallah, you can ask me a question next time.